the quarterbacks.
Yes, sir.
Do you need to decide on a starter for how do you approach this quarterback battle? Do you see both playing? Do you see one primary?
I see us winning. I'm not looking that far down the line. I'm looking to have great practices by these two young men, and cream of the crop is going to rise. So it's not an urgency that we got to name this or name that. Both these guys can play. I mean, I think we could play well with either one of them, but we want to put ourselves in the best position totally. So it's still going on. And don't underestimate Staub and what he brings to the table and what he brings to the room, because he's been in that room for the last couple of years, so he's seen some things that has had consistency in what we want and desire. And what he means to that room is phenomenal. Just being that older guy, that veteran that understands how we want things with these two new guys. So he's a tremendous asset to that room as well.
All right, there's Coach Prime's first update on the quarterbacks really since media day. It's been a minute.
Yeah.
What do y'all think?
It was interesting. I think this was a very big day for Kaden Salter. Maybe not literally, but from a media sense, Coach Prime talked a lot about Caden Salter today, talking about, how things are going to look different, the different things that he brings to the table for this team. And then, aside from the press conference, we talked to a lot of the guys who mentioned Caden's leadership and things that you hear when people are talking about their quarterback. So very big Caden Salter day, I think, was my number one takeaway from that.
I agree. I mean, Coach Prime said quite literally that Caden is somebody who's going to cause some havoc this year. And he talked about the fact that don't underestimate Caden Salter's ability to throw the football. He is known for his dual threat ability and his ability to extend plays with his legs. But this is somebody who, again, I've mentioned it multiple times, 66 total touchdowns over the last 2 seasons at the FBS level. And a lot of that was through the air. So it seems like today this was kind of the first time where Caden, at least in the public eye, is maybe taking a step forward. And that's to be expected for somebody who's been through 4 or 5 college football camps. But that was exciting to hear, especially about Coach Prime saying this team is going to look differently. We're still going to win, and we're going to win differently, but it's going to look a little different.
That's exactly where I was going to go. I mean, that's, I think, the biggest hint that Caden has kind of maybe taken a bit of a lead. Obviously, Julian's closest comp is Shedeur, right? In terms of that air raid, that quick release style of football, RPO driven. With Caden Salter, they're going to run the football more. He's going to run the football more, and he's actually kind of turned it up in practices recently. We've seen some big runs out of Caden Salter.
Definitely.
With that said, we've talked a lot this offseason about a 2-quarterback system. Coach Prime was kind of asked, do you want one? Are you okay with playing 2? Do you envision it this way or the other? He said, I just envision us winning. And whoever gives us a chance to do that, we're going to put out there. Something along those lines, which you guys saw. So it's going to be interesting to see. We've got kind of 2 more weeks here before one more week before they're in game mode.
Well, they actually scrimmage tomorrow, too.
Okay, so yeah, things are going to heat up. We're going to start to get, I think, more clarity as we get a little closer.
I wanted to ask you about Byron Leftwich joining the staff. What is kind of his day-to-day, and what kind of boost is that to that?
Coach is going back right now to, check on his son. He's phenomenal. I'm not even equipped with words to describe what he's brought to the table. His experience, his knowledge, his day-to-day just communication and on-the-field communication with the quarterbacks has been superb. He's much more than expected, much greater than we would ever have thought that he was. He's unbelievable, man. I could see why the Bucks won the championship when he was there. He's unbelievable.
It feels like the Byron Leftwich hire kind of carries a little more gravity with it than almost any other hire. Just the way that Julian talked about it, the way that Caden talked about it. The way that Coach Prime talked about him today. That's different than he's talked about a lot of the coaches, the prestigious coaches that he's hired the last 2 years.
I mean, Coach Prime said Byron Leftwich is unbelievable. And he said it's no surprise that the Tampa Bay Buccaneers are able to win the Super Bowl with him calling the plays, with him as their offensive coordinator. I mean, Caden talked about it today. Like, Byron Leftwich hasn't been in Boulder very long, but at least to Caden, it seems like he's been there forever. And that's just like the kind of impact that he's already made on that quarterback room. Not just Caden, not just Juju, but Staub and the rest of that room. And even I thought it was really cool that Juju mentioned it again today about the fact that Byron Leftwich is a black former NFL quarterback who's now in this coaching space helping lead a room of black quarterbacks, which I think is really cool, and something that, again, isn't being taken lightly by the guys in that room, specifically, Caden and Juju. So that was awesome to hear.
I feel like there's no coincidence between when Coach Prime was asked about how he's grown, one of the things he mentioned was knowing what guys to bring in to coach.
Yeah.
And I don't think it's a coincidence that was brought up on the same day that a lot was talked about with Byron Leftwich, specifically what you talked about with Juju and Caden referencing that. So there's no accidents with Coach Prime. Everything he does is very thought out, very meticulous, and bringing in Byron Leftwich to help this team is one of those things.
Just wanted to ask about Jordan Seaton. I saw one of the videos the other day, you guys were calling him the franchise. It seems like he's really embraced that role as well. Just kind of what about his personality and obviously his play style makes him a candidate to be one of the faces of this program going forward now?
Jordan was a dog when we got him out of high school. We just had to perfect him a little bit. Now he has a three-headed monster coaching him, and he's been groomed. Him being around the guys that we had last year a lot and spending a lot of time with them, it taught him how to be a pro. It taught him how to prepare for a game. It taught him how to understand the expectation of a game and how to understand the ridicule if you don't perform. So he matured his butt off last season, and he dedicated himself to getting his body right. I don't know if you guys have seen it. I mean, he don't even look the same. He's lean. I think he had on a pair of large pants out there today thinking he's sexy. He had his shirt all tied up and pulled up. I'm like, dude, come on, dog. What you think this is? He gonna be stripping in a couple of weeks in the direction he's headed. But he's happy with the way he looks, what he's done to keep the weight off, and he's quick and physical as ever. I'm so darn proud of that young man because everything we told him would happen has happened. It's been no false promises because we told him this will happen if you do A, B, and C. And he's done A, B, C, and D. So I'm truly proud of Jordan. Love him like a son.
Everyone's heard it and seen it by this point. Jordan is just different this year. It seems that year with Shedeur, with Travis, was as a true freshman, man. I think we kind of looked past that, how impactful that was for his development. Maybe a lot of other guys, talking to Omarion today too, but it's clear that Jordan's the leader of this football team and that there's a different kind of look and feel in his eye too for this season.
I think when Jordan Seaton is entering his 10th year in the NFL, his second, third, maybe even fourth contract in the NFL, he's going to have an interview one day and somebody asks him, what was the beginning of your real story and ascending into the star that you become? And I think he's definitely going to reference Coach Prime. I think he's going to mention Shedeur Sanders and Travis Hunter and the impact that they had on him as a true freshman. They taught him, and Coach Prime said this today, those guys taught Jordan Seaton how to be a pro. And as a true sophomore, he is a pro in every sense of the word, from a physical standpoint, from a mental standpoint. And Coach Prime talked about it today. That's Swayze effect, boy. Jordan Seaton looks every bit of a future first-round top 10 pick in the NFL draft. And his sophomore season is going to be a movie.
Speaking of NFL players, top 10 picks, we talked to Jordan a little bit about the time that he spent with Trent Williams. And I thought it was very fitting because he talked about how Trent Williams has $100 million in the bank and how he's still pushing, he's still going after it. And what a lesson for someone who had such success as a freshman to just be like, that means nothing.
Yeah.
You know, when you see that from a guy like Trent Williams going alongside Jordan Seaton, I just feel like the perspective and the type of conversations and everything, and I don't think there was ever a world where he would have rested on his laurels going into this year, but I think it's fitting talking about how far he's come from what was honestly a dominant freshman season at times on a day where he talked about Trent Williams like that.
Given what Shedeur went through and what you went through, watching tonight, does it make it almost more meaningful than just a football game?
I'm not going to say meaningful. We've already spoken like 3 times today. We just got off the phone joking and clowning like crazy. It's going to be strange for both of us. I was in the hospital the last time. I missed, I think, 3 games. And this time I'm well. But, you know, me going out there taking that walk and him taking that walk and he know I'm not there. That's different. That's different for him. So, but he's so prepared right now. A lot of people are approaching it like a preseason game. He's approaching it like a game. And that's how he's always approached everything, to prepare and to approach it like this is it. He's thankful and appreciative of the opportunity. He don't get caught up in, you know, all the rhetoric in the media. He's far beyond that. He was coached through that when he was a kid. So we've always gone through that, and he's always navigated his way. Some of the stuff is just ignorant. Some of it is really adolescent, but he's far surpasses that. And I can't wait to see him play. I can't wait to see Jimmy play. You know, I can't wait to see Shiloh play on Saturday. I can't wait to see Will play, Travis and Cam and BJ. Did I get them all? Xavier. Yeah. All. I can't wait. I'm like a kid in the candy shop. It's like your babies out there that you cut their umbilical cord. Now they doing their thing. I just can't wait to see him get down tonight. But it's going to be a little weird. It's going to be a little strange. It really is. I got to admit that. But I'm praying for him, and God has set him up and placed him in the perfect position that he needs to be in.
Tonight's the big night. 2 is back in action, first time NFL preseason game. Coach Prime's obviously very excited, and he's kind of sharing at the end of that the same sentiment that I'm feeling. We're going to see a show tonight from Shedeur.
Yeah, I mean, Shedeur's going to be Shedeur. And I think it was at the very beginning when he was talking about LaJonte, when he said, we all know what tonight is.
Yeah.
And I think we all do know what tonight is, especially people who know Shedeur Sanders. We asked Jordan Seaton the same thing. What are we going to see? He said he's going to do what he does. And I can't wait to watch it.
I can't either. It's gonna be something special, man. And you know, Coach Prime talked about it today. You mentioned that him and Shedeur talked 3 times already today at 11 a.m. You know what I'm saying? So they were active in picking each other's minds on a very important day. But I'm excited to see what Shedeur does tonight. You know, it's gonna be movie. It's gonna be fun.
That's the end of week 2, Media Day 2025 here at University of Colorado. Week 3 on Monday.